Hello and welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. My name is Robin Finney. I'm your Oracle, Intuitive, and Authenticity Guide. And every Wednesday I come live to you to bring you a message. So today I tuned in prior, which I always do every week. I'll tune in to see what messages want to come forth, and I typically pull live on the call. And usually, if you've been watching a while, you know that I'll do 3 cards and allow you to choose. But today I'm being really called to pull one message for all of us, for the collective as a whole. Um, it's no, like, I don't even have the words. I don't have the words to really talk about what happened yesterday. And it's really just on so many levels. It's just like, why are we still in this space? Why are we still putting an animate object that kills people above human lives? Like, why? Why? And there's so many questions around that, but I could go in. I mean, there's many reasons: power, control, all of that. But I'm not here today to preach a political message or anything like that. But I do come forth each week to my hope in this space is that I can create a space that is a safe and inspiring space for others to receive messages that they're meant to hear, um, so that they can kind of turn that mirror inward and really look for themselves and do their own soul searching. And that's what oracle cards are. They are a mirror reflecting back to us, um, either what we already know inside or what we really need to hear. So that's the message that came forth today. So I'm going to read it. And before I jump in, sometimes I talk about this in the Oracle course, but sometimes we pull a message and it will kind of walk into that message. And so last week, one of the archetype cards that came up was the tear. And this message is really inviting you to allow yourself to feel, just to feel, to grieve, to express whatever is there for you. And it's going to show up in different ways. So I'm highly sensitive. I am, if you empathic, in the sense of, like, I can pick up. I have to really be mindful of my energy, and I can pick up on the energy of what's happening. And also, just as a human being, like, I feel things. I feel things deeply within my body, and it's close to home for everyone in different ways. But I was just sobbing last night and just thinking about, oh, how I don't even, it's just like incomprehensible to me. So just allow yourself to feel and express and really grieve. Don't hold it in. Like, really allow yourself. If tears want to come, allow them to come. So, okay, with that, the message for today, I'm pulling from the Rumi deck. And Rumi is known as the brother of unconditional love. And he always has such beautiful, wise words and poetry. And the message that came up for the collective as I was tuning in is, and it's going to be a little hard to see with the glare, but it's the right choice. And I invite you to listen to this for yourself and for the collective as a whole. And as you listen, just whether you're like intentionally just like making notes in your head, or if you're like actually jotting notes, to just really hear in it something new for yourself and open your heart to receiving the message. Stay close to those who know about the heart. Choose the shade of a tree that is in constant bloom. Don't meander aimlessly among the herb sellers and potion vendors. Go directly to the shop that sells nothing but sweets. Don't sit waiting by every boiling pot to have your plate filled. Not every boiling pot is cooking what you want. Not every sugar cane is filled with sugar. Not every down has an up. Not every eye has vision. Not every sea contains pearls. Rumi. Within you, I recognize my most trusted friend. Ah, we go back a long way to before that moment when time began. We knew each other then, even before time was born. So I say, hello, my old and dear friend. So lovely for us to meet again. And I feel how your heart responds with a wave of love, for it is that love that is you, my most trusted friend. On the path to love, there is not so much wrong and right in the moral sense, so much as what is wrong and right for you. The mind cannot help so much here. Only the heart can speak such truths. The mind may reject it, recoil, analyze, and find all the reasons why the simple truth, the right choice of the heart, cannot possibly work and only lead to pain. That is what the mind does rather well, actually. But it doesn't mean the right choice. The heart choice becomes incorrect. It means rather that the heart has outsmarted the mind, and the mind will need to bow to the heart, even without understanding its sometimes impenetrable mysteries. Or one can choose to stay in inner conflict, fighting against the right choice, but eventually love will prevail and the way forward must be taken. So, can you give up what you have planned, believed, or decided? Let the heart wisdom that silently and constantly broadcasts its pure and true intention into the fertile womb of the universe lead the way instead. It will lead you along the right path, to the right house where sits the right master for you. He grabs you in a bear hug and gently whispers in your ear, "What took you so long? I've been waiting for you since the day you were born. Now we are together. It's time for us to play." It is said that one man's meat is another man's poison. To base your choices on what others have chosen for themselves may end up killing you. Better to take your risks on the angel of your own heart, wise as that being is, and dance on your own heart rhythm instead. There may be fear if others seem to be dancing different steps, but beloved, you know that it is just because every heart has its own unique rhythm, and yours doesn't want to waltz so much as to tango. So why not allow it to be thus without fear or doubt? This oracle comes with a message for you. In your heart, you know what holds meaning for you. You may or may not have a grand vision to go along with that meaning as yet, but deep within, you know what is without value and what holds value for you. You were born with those values intact, and your heart and whatever confusion has arisen for you along the way is just where the values of others have transfused into your own blood. It is time for a transfusion of holy light into the blood to be cleansed and purified, restored to its integrity, and filled with passion for what is rightfully yours, your unique passion and purpose. If you have been concerned about your path and what steps to take next, this oracle comes as an omen of good things headed your way. Clarity, reassurance, truth, and revelation. Don't hold on to a belief system or vision if it appears to be tossed on its head. Let things go the way they will, and good fortune will prevail for you. That vision might actually have been upside down all this time, and suddenly able to right itself and be born for you if allowed to topple. Or perhaps there is a more fulfilling version of your vision lurking in its remnants, to be scooped up by your soul with its hawk vision and eagle deafness. Trust that if you are being drawn away from a tantalizing sweet shop, there is more delicious array of confection just around the corner for you. So yes, have your tantrum if you must, but you will be sheepish soon when you realize the hand of the great beloved that removes is the same hand that bestows even greater gifts. And the sacred honoring ritual for this card invites you, if you're watching live or you're catching the replay, I invite you to do this. Turn your palms down towards the earth, so face down, and say aloud, "With gratitude and trust, I release that which is not rightfully mine." And then open your hands towards the sky and say aloud, "I give thanks for the grace that is bestowed upon me now as I accept my rightful divine inheritance." Stand with your hands in prayer at your heart and say aloud, "I honor my heart wisdom. May my heart always be leading light, showing me the way of grace, so be it." And you've completed your healing ritual. So this message has a lot in it, and it may show up for you in different ways, but as a collective, the message that I think is being invited for all of us is to really examine our beliefs and really examine the things that you you've just been going along with because it's always been that way, or things that your head is telling you that it's like, oh, but no, this is a right, this is my head, this is what it's telling. And really like taking that and setting it aside and tuning into your heart and what your heart is telling you around humanity, around human lives, and outside of law, like outside of, because something has been in place since the beginning of our country doesn't necessarily still have to be that way. And so I think there's a lot of logic that we get wrapped up in. We get wrapped up in sides. We get wrapped up in I'm right, you're wrong, or believing something because those around you believe it, and you're afraid to take a stand because you don't want to be seen as different, or you don't want to be seen as someone who goes against what others believe. And so this card's really inviting you to examine that, examine your heart, examine your beliefs, and take time to sit with it. And only you can know whether something's aligned for you, um, whether that's with what you believe, what you vote for, what you stand up inside of. Only you can do that. But I really believe that the invitation here is for all of us to examine that, and then to really choose, like, make the right choice for you and for humanity as a whole. Like, and when it's making the right choice for you, that's like from the heart. And when we're like tuning into that heart space, like, how can we bring in others' hearts into that space as well, and not just making it about me, making it about you. If any of if that, hopefully that makes sense. But I think it's just that, it's that invitation to just really invite all of us to tune inward and then show up inside of that and take action, and not be afraid, not be afraid to go against the grain, not be afraid to let go of things that you may have once believed or thought was right, because it's always how we've done it. So take some time to examine, and if nothing else, like, really take some time to just be with yourself and allow yourself to experience whatever feelings are coming up for you, whatever emotions. Connect with people, connect with your community, with your family, your friends, um, and be kind to one another, because so much of what's happening in this country and in this world is because so many people are walking around with so much hurt, so much anger locked deep inside of them that they haven't been safe enough to express. And so they're expressing it in unhealthy ways that's harming so many. And so how can you do something kind for someone? And it can be a small gesture, even just like waving at somebody on the sidewalk as you're walking around, and just asking, like, how's your day going? How are you feeling today? Start small and allow that, living from the heart. That's where the heart is, living from that space of the heart. So that is my hope for all of us, today and always, that we can live from that space and continue to show up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And I hope that this message will provide some support for you. And just take care. Take care of yourselves.